Hi, this is Shubham Tiwari, and I welcome you to another episode of Wizkids, where we speak with some of the brightest kids from all over the world. Today's Wizkid is truly, someone who's all over the world because he's so multi-talented. He's been, the inspiration at such a young age. He's into technology, he's into science. He has been at the top companies, top institutions all over the world, like IITs. So we are going to ask him about all that he has done and all that he wants to do. Vinayak, welcome to Wonderpublish.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for having me here, and it's a great opportunity to be on this.
So,
Um,
Vinayak, just I was saying in the introduction, you have been, in the Department of Science and Technology of Government of India. You have got, awarded there. You have been at BMW, Samsonite, IITs. So, how did you, get into technology at such age? Do you think it was innate to your personality, or did you develop it?
yeah, I think it's really innate into my personality. So the first time I actually got into making was when I was when I was in second grade, and I bought a Lego set from Walmart, and that was really amazing because I think that was the really thing that sparked creativity in me, making Legos from such a young age. And it's still like I really like making Legos or electronical projects, sensors, everything. It's still the same that thing that started then from second grade.
That's amazing. So the journey started with Legos, and now you're, with semiconductors or technology. So, Vinayak, you have done junior MBA from a very prestigious institutions. You've been at IIT Roorkee, IIT Kharagpur, all these wonderful AAA club USA. You're a young achiever. You've done so much. So do you have a clear idea about where you're going in terms of, let's say, this is my personality, this is what I like? So please define yourself for our viewers.
Okay. So my name is Venayak, and as you probably may know by this point, I'm a boy. I like really creating stuff. I'm an innovator. I'm a reader. I'm a debater, and I'm also a startup enthusiast. I've gotten awarded by the government of India. I've done courses from Google and the University of California. I went to IIT Kharagpur to present my business pitch, and I went to IIT Roorkee for as their part of their entrepreneurship cell. I've also been done internships at BMW, Samsonite. And when I grow up, I really want to go in the technology area, like somebody like maybe Elon Musk or something.
Yeah,
And one of the things that really fascinate me is semiconductors in the hardware industry right now.
that's amazing. That's amazing. I mean, it's so impressive that I cannot, I mean, even comprehend that at such a young age. You have done internships, you have been at so many places. Wonderful. So, in terms of technology, we just saw that Mark Zuckerberg introducing metaverse. He's also talking about it. So, and also as you mentioned, Elon Musk and people who are going to space. So, what kind of technology or the development is exciting you the most nowadays? What is it that you're looking forward to the most?
Yeah, so the technologies that really excite me are NFTs, non-fungible tokens, which are really interesting. I mean, the fact that you flip, they could buy artwork for like $1,000 is just ludicrous. And then the second one is cryptocurrencies. I mean, they're just really interesting how a currency cannot be regulated by a bank, a country. And the third, and probably my most favorite, is Elon Musk's Neuralink, which he's trying to control brains and put chips inside pigs and dogs' brains to make sure to make like a sort of like put like a phone inside a brain and make text messages. You can do anything. And yeah, that's probably my most fascinated thing that I'm about is the Elon Musk Neuralink project.
That's amazing. So, you earlier said that you are interested in semiconductors and chips. So, do you see yourself, involved with something like Neuralink full
Yeah,
time?
I really wish to be because actually the brain biotechnology actually fascinates me a lot because it's both like biology and technology, which
Yeah,
is pretty interesting, like hacking the body and stuff.
absolutely. That's amazing. And the Indian government is also, starting this initiative of making semiconductor chips in India. So it's good that the world has woken up to the importance of semiconductors because of this pandemic. So you're very young. You have achieved so much. So at what age you became conscious about your talent? are you still aware of how extraordinary this journey has been so far?
Yeah, I mean, I think I know that this journey has been really extraordinary. So I've done a lot of things, and I'm very thankful to a lot of people like my parents, especially God, the Almighty, for giving me this talent. And it's really been a wonderful journey doing all of these things because, like a lot of people think that this would be hard, but in fact, for me, it's sort of fun. It's more like playing a game all of this whole journey, and it's not that hard as people would think that it would be.
That's amazing because, and even I can tell that, as your mother, Mrs. Mukta Sandhu, I mean, she's taking such wonderful initiatives. She's so active. So it's wonderful. So, Vinayak, I mean, let's take some fun questions since you're interested in so many, things and you know a lot about companies. So tell me about, what do you think of these companies? Or if you get a chance, one thing that you'll change about following companies. Okay. So if you get a chance to change one thing about Apple, what do you change?
Well, I mean, Apple, I think, is really good. The look and feel of the phones and the quality is just amazing. I mean, the AirPods, the Apple Watch,
Yeah.
they're undoubtedly the best smartwatches and headphones in the market. But one thing I would like to change about Apple is that the fact that they don't have backwards compatibility, and this forces people to buy new phones every year or two
Yeah.
years because, like, actually, I had an Apple Watch Series 2, and recently Apple stopped updating that. So, like, Audible and all of those apps, I can't access from it. So it's basically useless, and I have to buy a new series now to make my Apple Watch work. And so the problem it's creating is that it's actually filling up landfills, causing pollution all over the world because its technological waste is just thrown into landfills, and it's like it's almost non-biodegradable. Maybe take like
Yeah.
a lot of degrade, and people also like Apple phones and Apple stuff is really expensive. And once they gets out of like it stops backwards compatibility, then you have to buy a new one, and people don't
Of
want to
course.
buy a new one. They want to use their ones for a long time.
Of course. And the thing with Apple is, I mean, the right to repair is also, the people are fighting for it because they don't let you repair the devices. It's wonderful. Backward compatibility is something that you'd like to change. Google, what do you think is lacking?
Google, I think, is very interesting in the fact that they have like a lot of initiatives. They actually recently made a computer that can actually program itself. They're trying to make a human computer, and they have like Google Lens, speech
Yeah.
thing, Google Translate. All of this is just state of the art. But the thing that I really think that they should focus on is the privacy locking, because all your Google Maps history, your Google Docs, it can be accessed by Google anytime and anywhere, and this is a breach of privacy. And really what you're doing is you're giving all of your data to Google to keep and to harvest it and to sell it to other companies.
Good, good. That's good. And Tesla, what do you think of Tesla, especially their
I think,
cars? Yeah.
yeah, I think Tesla is a pretty, I mean, the Elon Musk, he is
It's very
just a
cool.
great guy.
Yeah, yeah, very cool.
He's doing many initiatives. I mean, he's in space. His
Yeah.
thinking is the state of the art. But the thing is that like a lot of the times Tesla like does ambitious promises and fails to deliver. An example of this would be the Cybertruck, where they said it will be a bulletproof truck.
Yeah.
Sorry, a bulletproof car. And then in actually the launch, when they were showing the bulletproof, they used
Yeah.
a hammer and the
It couldn't
windshield of the car
withstand. Yeah,
broke.
yeah, correct.
And it was humiliating for Elon Musk because
Of
he's like,
course.
I just and you tried it, and how did this happen? So, and another thing was that they said a Model T Tesla would be for $35,000, and they haven't delivered that yet. And Model Ts are still like very expensive. 35,000 would be like a huge thing if they could actually
Yeah.
make that budget work.
So you'd rather have a very focused company on,
Yeah.
delivering one thing at a time rather than having, their mind set on multiple things and not delivering. That's amazing. And lastly, what do you think of Amazon?
I think Amazon is a very cool company. I mean, they have a wide range of products from Prime Video to
Everything.
Amazon
Yeah.
Fast
Yeah.
Delivery.
Yeah.
But the thing is that I really think they need to work on verifying their sellers, because recently there was a scandal in which a seller was selling fake gold on Amazon, and that almost caused Amazon to go down in the App Store and the Google Play Store. So I really think
Yeah.
that the verification of the seller should be there, because in fact, actually, I was checking about this, and it only takes 7 days to make an
Yeah.
Amazon seller account.
And these are some amazing suggestions that you have for all these companies. So you're clearly a very thinking person at this point, very original thoughts. So, again, a kid like you who's so, let's say knowledgeable and seeking knowledge, a seeker, let's say, for the lack of a better word. When we see, a kid like you in school, right? We hear stories about, Einstein dropping out of school, this person dropping out of college. So, I mean, what do you, think of your school life so far? And what do you like the most about it? And what is the one thing that you dislike about it?
Well, I mean, I really think that school is very interesting and that school life is sort of what taught me all of this stuff because in school you got to learn this stuff. But the thing I really like about school is the sometimes they have like these activities like Kahoot quizzes and all that
Yeah.
stuff. But the thing I really dislike about school, it's the like writing part where you have to write all the day, like the teacher's like writing, writing, writing. And I don't think writing is really good personally because I dislike writing, but I just think that it should be in the mind and should be taught. It should be
Mhm.
more like instead of writing, it should be more like thinking and teaching people these things with activities and hands-on projects.
But you can also be writing by thinking, right? Before, I mean, some original things that you come up with. It should not be just, bland assignments where you just, doing stuff for the
Exactly.
sake of it. But yeah, writing,
Yeah.
I mean, you should look at it, from multiple perspectives. Writings can also be very good, but yeah, it should not be just for the sake of it. You're right. So, Vinayak, tell us about, I mean, your family is pretty much active and they are very invested in your, growth, which I can see. T- Talk us, talk more about, friends and family so that we can get more idea about, what kind of background a child like you comes from.
Okay. So I have my family is basically my dad, my little brother, my mom, and my grandparents. So my dad is actually he's a manager as a software engineer, and he works at a really big company, a Fortune 500 company actually. And
Nice.
my mom, she's a professor, PhD. She actually used to work at Northeastern University in Boston, USA. She teaches computer sciences, and recently after we came to India, after we moved to India, she's a professor there. And my grandparents, my grandparents, my grandfather, he was a farmer, and he told me that he told me that you should innovate and do these things for farmers. So that's why actually I made my two projects for the Department of Science and Technology for the Indian government. They're both for farmers, and because of that, I actually got awarded with a scholarship of 10,000 rupees.
It's amazing. So right now you are in Delhi. You're based in Delhi.
Yeah, I'm in Delhi right now.
It's amazing. That's great. So lastly, I mean, you have, so many avenues in front of you. When you grow up, you can, go in any direction. But as you just mentioned that your grandfather is an inspiration for you to innovate, for farmers and, bring a better standard of life. So tell me, what are your aspirations in life, and what do you, let's say, where do you see yourself when you are in your 20s, early 20s, and why?
Okay, so when I grow up, I want to be in the technology field because that's something that I really like, and especially in technology, the semiconductor and hardware business because that has interested me a lot. Oh, and if I see myself as maybe an engineer or a manager at company, or if I want to make my own startup and
Yeah,
have people working under me
correct.
making semiconductors, like so maybe like Intel or AMD or Nvidia or something, making like graphics cards or processors or ICs or chips and stuff.
That's amazing, amazing, Vinayak. And I'm sure it's the, prodigies, young people like you who are going to make a better future, not just for this country, but for everyone. So thank you so much for your time. Is there anything that you want us, to know about? You can tell us now.
Okay. Yeah, so I really want to thank you for having me here. I mean, it was a great opportunity to be on this show, and really like this opportunity, and I really want to thank you for actually having me here.
It's my pleasure to be speaking with such a talented young kid. And yeah, this has been wonderful. I really enjoyed this conversation, both, I mean, with you and your younger brother Vardhan. So I hope you continue to amaze the people around you, and more importantly, you innovate. You actually make an impact when you grow up, and I'm really sure that you'll do it. Thank you so much, Vinayak. Thank you for your time, and thank you to your wonderful parents. We'll see you soon. Okay, take care. Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Bye.